Quad is just like Shantae, and she got a man at home, baby. This is Ebony Ivory, the Fly Aunt, and let's get into my Married to Medicine Season 11, Episode 2 recap. We open the episode with Simone and Cecil back home after week, Nick, and Simone got the bubble guts from partying. We find out Cecil poured a little bit extra Grand Marnier into the margarita mix, and everybody went home feeling the beats of Whitney. He asks, what does he think about Quad showing up? And he says, Simone says she's shocked. Basically, he confesses that he invited her. Simone said, I'm not surprised. Quad is one of your favorites. Cecil reminds her how he did the same thing when Simone and Jackie had fell out. So he's doing the same thing for Quad. To be honest with you, I definitely think Simone feels a way about him doing that, but she's not showing it. And, I have no choice but to respect that. So we switch scenes. Sweet Tea and Greg, they go out for lunch or dinner, and people are comparing Sweet Tea to Quad. And I see it in the comment sections, keep comparing her to Quad and stuff like that. Sweet Tea is different. Sweet Tea is her own person. I think personally Sweet Tea is an attractive girl. Her and Quad are not the same, and they have different qualities. Greg is in love with Sweet Tea. When they was at that dinner table, that man is in love with that girl. And he married her, and he's happy with her. So let's stop, all the comparing of Quad to Sweet Tea. Quad is different and Sweet Tea is different, and Greg and Sweet Tea are happy and they're in love. Greg says he wants to love the endometriosis right out of Sweet Tea. And they were at dinner. They were talking about their future. They were talking about making babies and having babies and, just moving forward. They're happy together. So let them be. I don't think either one of them, or Quad is concerned about the other in that dynamic. I think people are making it more than what it is. It is what it is. So Greg and Sweet Tea, they discuss Heavenly at Whitney and how she was acting. They just feel like, Heavenly always has something to say, which she does. And they said at this point in the game, the stuff that Heavenly says is downright dastardly. They're not looking for anything from Heavenly. They just want to be left alone. And I would agree. And to be honest, the stuff that Heavenly has said, it's not forgivable in my book. There is no moving forward. We can be cordial and we can be in the same room. But the stuff that Heavenly has said, even most recently, she said something to the effect that Heavenly said her deceased mother has a better chance of getting pregnant than Sweet Tea. Give me your thoughts on that. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting in my opinion. All right, so they go to Heavenly and Damon. They talking about Whitnick and how they had a good time. And immediately Heavenly gets to going in on Sweet Tea, calling her a low down dirty bitch. And Damon is upset that Greg didn't go against his wife and vouch for him and say that he's not a cheater because Greg knows him. And I'm like, Damon, you're delusional for thinking that Greg is supposed to choose you over his wife because you know him. And let's keep it a buck. Don't nobody know what you do. It's 24 hours in a day. Can't no other man vouch for you. The only person you can rely on to vouch for you is your wife. And that's it. So please, it's not happening. All right. So Quad is having a Paris-themed B-Day party. She's giving out personal invites. She is driving to all the girls' houses to deliver these invites. And Sweet Tea just happened to be at Contessa's home when Contessa's invite was being delivered. And Contessa goes out to hug and embrace Quad and thank her for the invitation. She's like, oh, T's here. Do you want to say hello? And Quad says, oh, we have to be on our way. Snubs Sweet Tea. So of course, that sets the tone that Sweet Tea is not being invited. In the car, Quad and the girls that are delivering the um the invites, the girl said, "Who's that old lady that was at the door with the thick glasses?" And I'm sorry, I just feel like that was a setup. It just was contrived. I don't feel like Sweet Tea looks that old, but you guys, you tell me if she was given old from that far away. I don't think so. But you know, Quad, you know, didn't want to say hi to Sweet Tea. She snubbed her. Quad is not inviting them. She doesn't want them there. And I think that's cool, but it's just funny how she showed up to Sweet Tea's bridal shower. So the math isn't mathing on that end. But okay, give me your thoughts on that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you're aware when I drop another recap. All right, so we switched to Toya, Contessa, and Simone. They're talking about Simone and Quad's friendship. And, Simone thought that Quad was upset about what was discussed at the reunion about the drowning that took place at Quad's house. Since Toya and Quad have been getting along, Toya says, no, Quad told me what she's upset about is Simone delivering the go home message in Napa last season. If you remember, they said Quad ain't got no relationship with nobody here. Why is she here? She should go on home. So Simone is even more confused. But at this point, Simone is like, I need to know, whatever it's going to be. If Quad wants to work on our friendship, we can work on a friendship. If she doesn't, I'm cool on that. Because at this point, Simone feels like the goalpost is always moving and it's always an issue every season between Quad and Simone. And this is why last recap I referred to this as a fair weather friendship. And at this point, if I was Simone, I'd be tired of it too, because I'm not finna keep running around apologizing to you every season about something just to move forward, and I don't really feel like I did much to you. It's like everybody else is always wrong and Quad is never wrong. So I just don't know. Give me your thoughts on that. So they're at the party venue. It's like a Paris, very burlesque kind of theme. And the ladies somehow end up speaking to the venue owner. They ask who put this together. And the venue owner says Quad's boyfriend. And I just feel like that's such an odd conversation to have in the first place. Give me your thoughts. But nevertheless, they are looking around like Quad's boyfriend, Quad's boyfriend. We know nothing about a boyfriend. Hey, Quad know how to keep a secret. And this is what I mean about what connections does she really have to these ladies. If she got a boyfriend, they don't know. They ain't friends with her like that. Even Heavenly didn't know. So we switch scenes. The guys are out having a guys' night. They're off the hook. They don't have to attend Quad's birthday party, so they get together. And here goes Cecil trying to gather the men and work things out between Damon and Greg. And to be honest, I've had enough of Cecil's meddling. Let another person take it up. If it's somebody's job to meddle and mediate, please get somebody else to do it. I'm tired of Cecil doing it. Thank you very much. Back to the party. So now that word done got out that Quad does have a boyfriend, Heavenly is going around to every good looking man and asking them if they are Quad's man. Are they Quad's man? Quad comes into the party in this over the top outfit. She looked amazing. And she gives her speech right off the bat. Thank goodness it wasn't a long one, because Quad can be long winded, honey. And she says, I have someone special I want to introduce you to. And boom, it's the boyfriend. Shantae's got a man at home, and so does Quad. We get to meet the boyfriend. Nice looking guy. Well, tall, dark, handsome, all of the things. The girls are happy for her, clapping. She's giving a my man, my man, my man speech, and she's emotional about it. And guess how long they've been together? They've been together a year. And this is why the girls say there's no connection here, because they didn't even know that. If y'all friends, I would assume I would know if you got a man. So, hey, even Heavenly was shocked. So Now that I see that this birthday party is where she was going to introduce her new man to everyone, I understand on another level why she didn't invite them. Because in my mind, if I invite you, then I introduce my new man, then everybody's going to say, oh, I only did that to rub it in, Greg's face and all of this stuff. So I get it. Make your moment about you and nobody else, and that's it, and that's all. And I see why she did it that way. Let me know if you guys agree or if you disagree. All right, so back to the guys. Damon says Heavenly gets along with everyone. The guys firmly disagree. They all look at him like, what? Heavenly does not get along with everybody. And I'm like, why would he say that? He really thinks that because he said it with conviction. Greg basically states all the egregious things that Heavenly has said, and Greg is not backing down. And Damon told Greg that he's too sensitive. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so I'm basically seeing, you know, why Heavenly kind of moves the way she does. Okay. So you disparaging my practice and saying I'm not an upstanding doctor in the community, me being sensitive? He was like, me expressing this to you as being sensitive? That's interesting. So, they just, Greg ain't backing down. So Damon says, don't talk about my wife. And Greg's basically looking like this some BS. So, and then Damon also says, it seems like your feelings get hurt easily. I said, oh, he coming after Greg's masculinity. So Eugene is sitting in between the two of them, and Eugene is like, look, I'm sitting in between you guys. So Eugene is basically trying to mediate. Damon is upset that Sweet T's comment about him possibly cheating. Damon is upset about that. But he doesn't feel Greg should be upset about Heavenly insulting his practice. I think she may have referred to him as a P word too. And in addition to that, saying he's not an upstanding member of the medical community. But Greg should let that go. And Damon's feelings, because it was said that he was a cheater, should supersede all of that. I just don't get it. But they come to a very surface level understanding. Like, it feels like they just putting it to rest for now, but nothing has been resolved, in my opinion. Absolutely not. And I think this is not dead in the water at all. They basically come to a common ground, but I'm telling y'all, this is not over. All right, this is going to bring my recap to the end. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you're notified the next time I have a recap. Auntie loves you. Until the next recap, bye-bye.